Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Tuesday, the 3rd of December. I am Flatcap Callum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. Alright, we start the channel week. We'll start quiet. 2 horses, 450s, all I've got for Tuesday. I've got a bumper horse at Southwell and I've got an all-weather horse at Lingfield. So of the 4 meetings, 2 horses, that is it. Didn't do anything Monday. Do need to do a review of Sunday, which for those of you who are playing will know we had a good one, which was well needed. We still want more. But the betting gods did listen last week to mean that we did have a good week. So thank you, betting gods. Feel free to go same again. I think everyone will be happy with that. But not aiming to dilly dally too much tonight. But yeah, last week was interesting. We didn't play every day, and a rarity in my book. I try and remember the last time I didn't play on 2 days, and it wasn't because of the weather. But yeah, Tuesday and Friday didn't do videos and had no bet at all. Two weekdays to not have a bet. That's unusual by my standards. I think I only did videos 4 days, but 2 of those 3 I didn't. I didn't actually have any bet full stop myself. Right, so review. What do? We had Sunday 16.50 on, 110.69 back. Prices will slightly vary. Rule 4s were all over the chip shop, but we had 7 horses and 3 winners. We've been waiting. We've been sparse of winners, but So where are we at? Fairy House. That was drifted like a barge, no good. That got backed in a little bit. Did take a 20p Rule 4 on that one, I think it was. But really nice winner, toughed it out, and that was a kind of a bunch finish with that one being a little bit behind. So it was 4 in a bunch finish, and that was the clear 5th horse. So one winner on its own. It's one of them ones, isn't it? Like I had 7 horses. Yes, I've had sliding doors moments. Could I have done it? I could have put all the Fairy House ones together. We would have been slightly worse off for that if I'd done that. Could I have whittled out a couple and given the best 5? I could have done that, and would I have whittled out 2 of the losers? If I was ranking all the 7 horses, yes, but it was very slim margins. So it is where we are. The bet's the bet. The bet day is done, and if anyone did a super hinds, well done. We had that history of fashion. Really good bit of commentary, I think, in the comments from. Oh, now I've put myself on the spot. I think it was John. If it's not John, I'm sorry. Fairly new commenter on in the comments. Very valid challenge on that horse, which was rarely do horses back it up in an Irish handicap. And my retort was yes, and probably even more rarely do they do that in long staying chases. But miraculously managed to find one. Back-to-back wins as a 10-year-old on the stay and chase circuit. I was delighted with that one, probably more than any of the other 3, I think, just because his points were absolutely valid. It won. I mean, did I think it was going to win? I didn't really think it. I wasn't. I mean, there's always a chance. I backed it from a place point of view, but they would take the win. 115 less. That was a disappointment. 155 Carlisle. That got over the line in a nice tight finish, and then 310 Median and Angers. It didn't really, to be honest, turning in, it didn't really look like it was going to not get the top 4, but the winner was away and gone, the Harry Derham horse that came over, and it was a nice comfortable 3rd place. So 2 wins and a place on the Yankee, so we got ourselves a nice return. As I said, 95 profit on the day. So we start the month well. To be fair, we started every month well. When I came back, I think the 2nd day it was really good. September, October, great first week, and then it tailed off badly. November, we had a positive start, and then it wasn't great, and ultimately sort of wasn't really much, and we lost a little bit, and then we started again positively. So the fourth month I've been involved since I've come back from the break, started them all positively, but they've all turned out a little bit differently. A great one, a terrible one, and a not very good one. So let's hope December we could just keep a bit of momentum. That would be quite nice. We had an all right week last week with some nice prizes. We had plenty more to cheer about than we've had recently. Let's see. It was a few days, right? So it takes more than 3 days to suddenly have some sort of remarkable turnaround and singing from the rooftops, right? And anybody who does that, they are mugging you off, right? just because you have a few positive days in a row, it does not suddenly mean everything's all right and rosy. So we've had a nice week. We'll take the nice week. We will move on into the next week. But the next week's a different week. Just because last week was good doesn't mean this week was good. Just because the last video I made a lot of money doesn't mean the next video you make a lot of money. That's not how it works, all right? No matter how many other times other people might try and say to you, they're in form and this, that and the other. Every day, every week is different. Now, clearly, there are periods of time where it does seem to dip and it does go upwards. Majority of that is variance. In the way that I'm picking stuff, it's all sorts of different angles. And for them all to basically capitulate at the same time is bad variance. For them all to peak at the same time is excellent variance, and that's what gets us over the line. That's the plan. All right. That's that. Anything else I was going to say about Sunday? No, I mean, other than Fairy House, like almost every single favourite got battered, didn't it? I mean, there were some other big prices knocking about, and Carlisle, it was a nice big price as well. Definitely, some of that stuff was gettable. Some of it, you'd have to be a bit lucky to have managed to string a bunch of them together. But I did think Lossiemouth was excellent as a winner. I think came out a lot of credit. Right, anyway, where's the bet? Is the bet Tuesday bet 115 Southwell Osterberg 16-1. It's Keithley horse, got the sun on it for the first time, and yeah, it's only run one bumper, but it was a decent quality bumper at Cheltenham. So although it finished down the field, there was no bad credit with that. And actually, when I've worked out what I think where I'd ranked the bumper form, I ranked it as the second best piece of bumper form. 9 horses in the race, 5 of them have been in a bumper. That's the second best one. You've then got 4 horses that have not been in a bumper. 2 of them have never been on a race course, and 2 of them have come from the point circuit. So what I'm saying is, if they run true to form, you need to find of that 4, one of them it's okay for one of them to be better. We don't want more than one of them to be better. But because most of those other ones come from yards that are sort of a little bit more high profile, not been around here. Some of them are like the new, James Owens of the world and whatever. It will artificially, hopefully, push to keep that price where it is. And because that horse has literally got a dot by its name because it was down the field, it was a much, much, much better quality race than what this is. And I think there's definitely question marks about some of those other ones at the top of the market in terms of the ones that have run, the break that they've been on since they've run, the ones that have been, had wind operations already or headgear and all that sort of stuff. So I think Osterberg is a decent enough bet. 16-1. We'll try our luck there. And then 227 Lingfield. I mean, I don't know how long. I haven't checked back on Odds Checker. It's opened at 40s in places, which would have been absolutely lovely. 16s is still a really good price. The horse is massively overlooked because the last 2 runs it was over chase, and it's the first time it's ever run over chase, and it unseated and it fell. If you go back through that, it was running pretty poorly in terms of low standard, but consistently over hurdles. And then you go right back to knocking on for 11 months ago when it last ran on the all-weather, and it was decent. And it's run out 6 times on the all-weather over 2 miles, 5 at Kempton, 1 at Lingfield, and all of them it ran to a mark much higher than the current handicap mark of 57. So if you do the conversion for the fact it's currently rated at 57, it ran, I'd say, at least £7 better than that in all of the 6 runs. And you can look at the chase form and go, well, is it out of form? It unseated its jockey and it fell at the 5th fence, right? So it's clearly not made to be a chaser. I think that's what I'm interpreting from that form. And actually, it's come down the handicap mark because it's to be nearly a year since it's run. It's handicapped really competitively. Yes, the horse has never won before, but it's handicapped really well. So it's in 16, stiletto, 2-star. If it was 40-1, it would have been 3-star. 450, so it's 75p each way double and 275p each way singles. 450. Apologies for those of you who love a Yankee or a 5-fold, all that sort of stuff. It's just what I got. It's Tuesday. Sky, you get an extra place there. Everyone else is about the same. I do think he's already shortened up both of them, and I think they might continue to shorten up a little bit. So you might want to be a bit quick to get that. You can't get 16s in every bookie. I will double check after video upload to make sure those prices are still retained though. So 450. That's how we're starting the week. Wednesday's probably got a bit more going at it. Thursday's probably going to be quiet. Friday's got a bit more going at it, and then we'll see where we get to with Saturday with field sizes and stuff, because there's still, in for some tracks, not enough rain, and if the ground stays good to soft, then I still think we're going to end up with smaller field sizes. But we will see. So I will continue to sort of, I say continue to be a bit careful. I did say on Sunday I was going a bit gung-ho Jonah, shove 7 horses out, and we had 3 nice price winners. Albeit, yeah, I forgot to mention that we did the review, History of Fashion, 45p Rule 4. Technically, the 10 to 1 SP was better than the 16 to 1 with the 45p Rule 4. So if anyone was thinking, oh, they've missed out on 16s, 10s is better than 16 to 1 with the 45p Rule 4. So yeah, that was better basically. Right, I think that's the vid. We've got Ramble due on Thursday, where I'll probably do, it's the first Thursday of the month, so that means I'll probably do some stats and stuff, and I'll go through October figures and all that sort of shenanigans. But yeah, all right, I think that's it. I'm going to leave it there. But yes, I think tomorrow there might be a little bit more to go at, but I will reserve judgment on that. So if you're going at 450, just make sure you know the gig, guys. If you won on Sunday and you had a nice day, right, it doesn't mean suddenly you need to double your stakes for the next day. And I know it's only 2 horses, right, but my single stakes are the same stakes. The double stakes slightly higher because the way I've done it on the channel, if it's 2 horses, it's £1.50 is the standard stake. If there's 3 horses, the standard stake is £4 for the multiples, and if there's 4 horses, it's £5.50. If there's 5 horses, there's £7. It goes up in a gradient. I'm not that. It's not a 75p super confident double. That's the standard. If there's 2 horses on the channel, that's what I'm doing as a double to make it a little bit worthwhile. Yesterday, I think I had. Monday, I only had 1 horse at Channel Criterion, and it, I think it was 5th. Needed to be top 3, so we didn't miss anything on Monday. Interesting race though, if you look in terms of people talk about non-tries and stuff like that. It was the Plumpton race, 120. I think it's 120 at Plumpton. If you haven't watched that race, go and have it at 120 and pay attention to the absolute start of the race. You can see from the start, the first 2 seconds of the race, the most likely horses to finish first and second. Terrible start in terms of fairness, but yeah, if you want to try, you're gonna go off quick, aren't you? And then if you're not going to try, you just hang out at the back. But I mean, yeah, there's horses that stole a march on the front, but equally they're the ones that went out with intent. And funny enough, the first 2 were the first 2 home. Anyway, there you go. You check it out, see what I mean. But it happens all the time, and yeah, if the point being, right, this is professional, right? This is professional sport, professional horse racing, and that's how the race starts. And I know it was like a novice-y maideny thing, whatever. But if my kids' sports day started like that, they would blow a whistle and say, "No, you got to start again." That's kids' sports day is fairer than some of the national hunt stuff that goes off. I mean, at least if they start in stalls, they're supposed to start the same. I mean, clearly there's always horses that get left in stalls, but the start of that race was absolutely ridiculous. I think sometimes like people, like all the people in the sport, the stewards and stuff, are completely complicit in this stuff, because if you can't tell me there's a problem with the start of a race like that, then what is fairness and integrity in the sport? And I'm not saying that out of spite that my horse that I liked wasn't in the top 3. It's more about that just your casual viewer, like you try and entice people in the sport, and then they watch Quiet Monday at Plumpton afternoon and be like, well, hang on a minute, how's that fair? That doesn't seem very fair at all. Anyway, I'll stop the rant. All right, you have a good Tuesday, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.